Hi there! A little while ago, we celebrated Midsummer here in Sweden. It's a very popular Swedish tradition, and I decided to take a little mini vacation. I also decided to take you along with me. So I did. But this is a reading vlog, so of course I took some books with me. And I took the last one in this Richard Bachman collection, The Running Man, and In Famous. Two very different books, one dystopian future tale and one Regency romance with some LGBTQ elements. Follow along on my vacation, the Midsummer celebration, and here highlight these books. Morning. I read some more last night, and In Famous, the main character is insufferable. I feel very unkind to her friend, and yeah, you could argue there's a reason, yada yada, but she's just too rude, and they have like the author has built that up, I feel like part of her personality, but to be that rude to your best friend, and then when the best friend like retaliates, she has the audacity to call her unkind. And I'm like, she's doing exactly what you've been doing the last like 15 pages. Yeah. I'm gonna have some breakfast, clean my apartment, and pack to go to Vimmerby, where I'm gonna celebrate Midsummer with some friends. It's a little bit later. I took a break from cleaning and packing to have some lunch, and I read some more from The Running Man. It feels very eerie, and it's like a dystopian future setting. He's fully in the games now. As I'm editing this video, I'm realizing I might have forgotten to mention that the main character in this book is entering kind of a game show, sort of like Squid Game, that kind of thing. And we follow him through his experience. And he's very lonely and scared, but he also seems very determined and like he has some kind of plan. But there's still a lot left, so we'll see where we end up. There's also this like counting thing going on. I wouldn't say that this book is sectioned off in chapters, because some of these are a couple of pages, but some are just like 2 pages, and you don't get that, where you start a new chapter like on a new page. And the countdown is very eerie as well. It seems like we're getting closer and closer to something, but I'm really enjoying it. I really like Stephen King's writing. This is not an exception. So yeah, let's do the last packing and cleaning and then be on our way to Vimmerby. The weather is so lovely and the car is so hot, but let's get going. Just stopped to get something to eat and get some more gas, and then we'll be on our way again. We've reached destination Vimmerby, and yeah, I'm gonna head in. I just want to give some quick thoughts on Infamous. I don't find her as annoying now, and I quite like her family, but yeah, she's very young and a bit naive. They mention that she knows who she is and what she wants, and that her friend Rose does not, and that she's starting to find that out. But it feels more like Rose knows herself than Edith. But yeah, we'll see. Is getting better, but I think I prefer Running Man over Infamous. I realized that I'm reaching for that one more, and Infamous is going slower, but I only have Infamous with me today, so I'll probably make some good way at least into that one. But also just enjoying being here, enjoying midsummer and summer. It's lovely weather. Yeah. I'm gonna go hang out with some friends, but first I just wanted to give a quick update on the Running Man. You feel like you're getting deeper into the story and to the world that Richard, the main character, is living in. One of the themes in this book is how people in power use things to distract you from what's really going on, and also using their power, their money, to put these rules in place that will exclude the people they want and make them weak, dumb, or just distracted. Yeah, you just feel all these things seep through in between the hunting of Richards that is going on. But there's like how some of the dialogues are written that I'm not quite sure about, but I'm still really into this book, and I just wanna see what happens. Okay, last day of vacation. Had a quick run, a quick shower, a quick breakfast, because now I'm going to work. I'm gonna rehearse with my friend for our upcoming summer gigs, and it's gonna be great. It's been like 2 weeks and I've only finished one book. I know. I finished The Running Man and I liked it, but it felt a little bit more cynical. Maybe it has to do with this section of his life. I don't know. He talks about not remembering writing Cujo because of his substance abuse, and that was the one that was published before The Running Man. And I've heard someone say that they felt that Cujo also felt a bit cynical, so I don't know, maybe that was an era of his life where that got incorporated more into his writing. The way that the characters think and feel about the world and interact with each other. We got to follow Benjamin Richards through this very dystopian future where he's in a sort of game show, kind of like Hunger Games, Squid Game combined. And we see how the network who's in charge of the games, how they like run the country basically and hide truths and distract people with these games from what's really going on. And he meets a lot of people and digs a little deeper into that, but I don't feel that we really go all the way into it, you know? To me, like we have this Stand who's like this really deep dive into a big story, but I felt that this was more like you have the story here, the whole picture here, and then we got to see this much. And that's fine too, but yeah, that was my feeling reading this one. And then we have Infamous. So as I have mentioned in this vlog, I had some trouble getting over the main character. I didn't really like her that much, and that made me reach more for The Running Man and not as much for this one. I have been bringing this to work, trying to make me read some more. And I am like almost halfway through now, but it's taking me a little bit longer than expected. Yeah, I think it's mostly the main character and maybe also them as a couple. I don't really know. I haven't really made up my mind about that yet. I should say I definitely liked Trouble and Reputation better. Don't really remember the order they were written in, but yeah, Trouble and Reputation to me were a bit better. But do I really know? I haven't really finished it, but I will finish it. I'm not usually a person who DNFs books. Not that I find anything particularly wrong with that. It's just, I just like to finish books. And since I parallel read, I can read a little bit now and then, and eventually I finish the book because I have other things I enjoy more as well. So I still get a lot read. But yeah, that was it for that. Thank you so much for coming along on my midsummer celebration. This is something about midsummer that reminds me so much about my childhood, and it's just got that summer feeling to it as well. It just makes me happy every year. So I'm glad that you followed along, hoping that you're also having a great summer. Like and subscribe for more videos, and I hope to see you soon.